With the Argentinian flag there, as we'd always seen Peroni. Morelli will be lining up alongside Rico Salmela, 8th on the grid. You've got to keep an eye out for him here. He has a victory round Misano from earlier this season in the European Talent Cup. He is certainly one to watch as well. Here is your grid then. Peroni starts from pole. Carpe and Uriarte, our series leaders. Got to keep eyes on them, 2nd and 3rd. And then you have Quiles 4th, ahead of Pini and Moodley, Salmela, Morelli and Christian Daniel Jr. with another cracking top 10 qualification. Great stuff from him. Veda Pratama, he was very fast in practice. He starts from 10th ahead of Hakim Danish. Leonardo Zanni, the first of the next wave of Italians. Carter Thompson's on row 5 ahead of Pugliese and Boggio. Ramersdorfer, Farkas and Plonk are row 6. Then you've got Puertosan, Famara, Belford, Pavlich, Mounsey, Sessler, Mononyane and Pons there on the back row of the grid. A full grid for us to round out Rookies Cup this year. One race today, another tomorrow morning. Peter, it's all to play for, isn't it?
It is very much so, and you know, looking at the 3rd row of the grid there, in 7th and 8th place, Rico Salmela and Marco Morelli both feel they're out of position. They both say exactly the same thing. They just couldn't pick up the right slipstream, and the slipstream is so vital here for a really fast lap time. So they, having qualified 7th and 8th, really think that they've got the pace, they've got the setup, they're both happy with the motorcycles, and they are going to be right. As he can run at the front, we've seen him run at the front, you know, all the way through his 2nd and 3rd years, and you know, he had a 4th in that first race in Aragon, he had a 4th earlier in Mugello this year, so he can run at the front. It just hasn't quite come together when he needed it to, and maybe it will this weekend.
He's definitely one of the boys, isn't he? Like one of the top riders in this series. There is no...
You know, it's going to be a group, but I think it'll be a small group at the front, and that's interesting, because I can't see, looking down the qualifying, just who's going to manage to break away from any of them. You know, it looks like to me it'll be another one of those 10-12 rider battles at the front. We'll see.
It could well be. Well, tensions are mounting, aren't they? The red flag's up at the start of the grid. Here we go, Peter, the penultimate race of 2024.
15 laps then of Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup action, and there is the 73 of the 16-year-old Argentine Valentin Peroni taking up position in pole, and he was absolutely superb in practice. You know, pole only got on the last lap, but he was on it all the way. Lights are out then for the penultimate time of the Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup for 2024, and Valentin Peroni has an absolutely superb start. He's leading down to the first corner. Brian Uriarte, I think it is, in the second, but who's on the outside?
It's Carpe looking on the inside, but Peroni says no, Peter. What a move! That is absolute dominance from him in these opening corners. Brilliant stuff for the Argentine.
And Brian Uriarte thinks he couldn't overtake at the first corner. Will he make it at the 3rd or 4th? No, he's still back there in 3rd place. It is Valentin.
He's here, but it's Carpe, your series leader, leading the way through turns 9 and 10 onto the long back straight.
And Quiles
back into the lead then through Curvone, but he's got his main rival for 3rd place, Quiles, just behind him while he's being attacked by Carpe. It really is all out on the line. Here we go, a big overtaking spot into these final turns here, but that's looked fairly ordered through there into turn 10. Then you've got Peroni, Carpe looking side by side. Here they go, Maximo goes round the outside. Who's going to keep their head the coolest through Curvone, one of the fastest corners on the calendar. Look at that, 3 abreast.
From 6th gear back into 3rd gear in these increasingly tight corners, and then the final one is actually 1st gear before the burst of acceleration and up into the final corners.
Uriarte towards Maximo Quiles. Max just in the slipstream of Valentin Peroni. Who will keep their head the coolest? I mean, very impressive from all of them. I mean, they are under so much pressure. They're really embracing it and just riding the wheels off these things. A 145.7 deep out front, but Veda Pratama with them as well. Oh, we got several riders down.
Rouchet Moodley is down.
Oh, dearie me. I think it was Zanni behind him, is it?
Yeah, Rouchet. I was just actually watching him, and I didn't, even though I was watching, I didn't see just the two of them. They were all fighting for space, the same bit of road, and they just bumped into each other. Total tragedy.
Really has. Coming together with Guillaume Plonk, and then a crash on his own really hampered his his qualification position, but don't count Danish out. He is riding a wave of confidence since Aragon 2, and there is Rouchet Mouli despondent after that. Here's what happened then. Let's have a look in the back of the shot, Peter. Peony goes up inside, and unfortunately Zani just very overly ambitious.
Yeah.
And that's not how you want your race to end, unfortunately, is it?
No. Hope.
See, I mean, it's the type of circuit where it's very tight and technical, but there's a long back straight to try and overcome from the slipstream. We'll have to see how that one transpires.
And even if Uriarte puts a hammer down, surely. And someone was saying that the long lap penalty lane is quite sort of dusty and dirty here. And I know that rider coaches are telling them, look, practice the long lap lane because you might come unstuck. Well, there's somebody not worried about coming. Hakim Danish has made the move. He's closed up on that group. I'd see that Christian Daniel has actually slipped back a few places in the chasing pack. But Hakim Danish has done the work.
Yeah, Hakim's there, and the boys, as he's chasing the Indonesian rider ahead of him, Pratama then here for 6th place. Through they come the final turn. You've got track limits there going beyond the curves for Christian Daniel Jr., who's having a stonking ride as well. I've got to say, the American really found his feet in Rookies Cup. A solid top 10 rider he's been in the second half of this season, to the point where he's disappointed with the top 10 result. He wants the top 5s and podiums now.
Right, and as you say, Rico Samelo, not on that lap, but the previous lap, the fastest lap, he's going to hopefully drag the whole pack back. So we've got another, we'll be top third. Talking to Danny, he said the long gearing choice really is the pick if you can make it work for you, but you've really got to use the motorcycle well.
Oh, Keeles went right over the curb there. Sorry, Peter. Yeah, goodness me, had to jump in.
He's keen 3 abreast on the brakes behind Keeles as well. Look at that. But yeah, kilometres off the speed. If you hold it just below the rev limiter, you can gain 5 kilometres over, if you're just too heavy on the throttle. So there's an awful lot of skill just in the straight line speed here.
I do love that they don't tell you their gearing as if you're going to go tell the others. That's pretty amusing.
That's right, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Well then, top 4 in the championship.
If it finished as it is now.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
There you go, Christian Daniel Jr. just on the back of this group. He got that 5th place in the wet. And there he is, Rico in 3rd. This is exactly what he wanted to do. He still says, hey, 3rd's within my grasp. It's something like 18 or 20 points for him. It's something a bit less. He's got to play for. This is the time of the race. 4 laps to go. It starts going a little bit crazy as Keeles hops across another curve then. Down towards turn 8. Up the inside of him. Looks balanced and Peroni. There he goes. Backs it in. And it's still Carpe out front.
And it's all, back to Chris.
Off the 94 of Pini. Wants glory on home soil. He wants to spoil the party. Carpe wants that victory. Look at that. 4-5 abreast through Curvone. Brilliant stuff. Lightweight class racing at its best. Here we go.
And in theory, they are still 2 seconds off the off pole time. So somebody just maybe has something up their sleeve. The 94 of Guido Pini takes the lead. I think perhaps for the first.
The likes of Morelli coming back to join the party as well. Salmella's still a threat. Keeles looks up the inside of Uriarte. Oh my goodness.
And Danish is up the inside into 3rd place.
Pursued to P1. It's Peroni gets nerfed out the way. Keeles goes up his inside then. Uriarte's still on the chase as well. It's through turn 4 they come. Keeles dives for the 1st place, but he backs out of it thankfully because that could have been chaos.
Oh well, we were just saying that he's having a disappointing race, but he's up to 7th place.
Oh look, they're all around the outside. They don't want to lead. Oh, it's just chaos. Come on, keep it sensible, lads. They're onto the green. Oh look at it, you got 10 riders. This is not going to end favourably for some people.
Okay, it's 83. It's that cup leader. He knows what he's got to do. The only way to really sort this out is to lead. Valentin Peroni is in 2nd place. Mexico Keeles is in 3rd. Rico Salmella, Brian Uriarte, he cannot finish in 5th place. No good at all. He loses the cup if it finishes like this.
Keeles dives up the inside and makes an overtake of that final corner there. Peter gloves are off. It's the final lap of Rookies Cup, the penultimate race. It's Carpe versus Uriarte for the win. It's 22 points separating at the moment. Keeles in 2nd.
And Uriarte's going for it. Uriarte's going for it. Up into 2nd place. He goes past Keeles. He knows what he's going to do. He's got to get after Carpe. Brian Uriarte Iriarte now is racing.
Top four. Come on, boys.
But the danger, of course, for Iriarte is that he's going to get past, just as he has done by Kies, and he's going to get swamped in the slipstream down the back straight. And that can give the all-important advantage to Carpe. He now has the 10-bike length lead, and probably Iriarte will struggle to pick up the slipstream, but Iriarte is going to pass him on the brakes. Here he goes. Wow. Iriarte goes inside. He takes the lead. This is how he keeps the cup alive. There's just a couple of corners remaining now. Brian Iriarte has a Hakim Danish is in there. Up into second. But no! Kies is down. Iriarte will win this. Brian Iriarte will win this and keep the lap alive. Peroni in second place. Hakim Danish, Rico Salmela, and in fact, Carpe's back to 7th. Carpe's back to 7th. So, Brian Iriarte, Peroni, Hakim Danish, 7th, and the cup goes on to Sunday.
Oh,
just
my
3
goodness.
points. 3 points.
3 points. It's all on. It is all on, Peter. You can't count them out.
You could not write it, could you?
Oh, my goodness.
3 points, boys.